What's up, She's Not Selling Sisters? Today's episode, we cover objection handling, the do's, the don'ts, why it's important, and how doing 99% of the work, you can lose 100% of the results in just the last 1%. So if you know that you need to get better objection handling makes you feel a little bit awkward or a little bit weird, this one's a doozy. See you there. What's up?
Hello.
Can I just say something, by the way?
Yeah.
You've gotten so much, you've gotten really good at just, podcasting. Like, when you just did the intro just then, I was like, man, you're just so well spoken. Like, one take, super well spoken. We just spoke about what we were going to talk about and you just did it in a split second. It was very impressive.
Oh, thank you.
You've come a long way.
I really have. I mean, I'd be concerned if I wasn't getting better at this.
Well,
it's
yeah,
like my job.
You do it a lot, and also you've been on a lot of big podcasts. You've had a lot of exposure now.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those moments where I was like, wow, you're an expert at this.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
Speaking of expertise, we have my husband with me today because I want him to talk to you about objections. So today I am literally here to interview you because
exciting.
The one thing that I am seeing in our community is the lack of objection handling first and foremost. Yeah. And look, I like to put my hand up and be like, okay, cool, maybe there's not enough training in objections. But also I think the way people are looking at objections needs some work. So you are the famous creator of the DDRC.
Yeah.
What is
maybe
that?
Maybe I'll put a nice sexy name on that. What do you reckon?
I mean, the DDRC is pretty sexy, I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Sounds like a
DDRC.
something like military.
Kind of sounds like that place you shouldn't travel to. What's that called?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a zone that you shouldn't go to. Don't go to the DDRC.
Well, that's like the opposite of how you should view objections. But I also think of like DDRC, like cheerleader.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
I guess it's the tone that you deliver it in.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, what is it?
Let's do it. So, objections. So this is all kind of off the back of the keynote that we did for the She Sells Live event, first one. Though, yeah, it really did require me to be like, okay, how do we actually just make objection handling, like what me and you were doing and all the stuff that we were taught, how do we put it into such a clean little package that we can actually just deliver to people and get them repeating it consistently time and time again? Because it was objection handling is the Wild West. That was always the thing, right? It's like it becomes
sit
then
in the saddle
art.
And just
it becomes the art rather than the science. Like the sales call is kind of the science. You can follow the process, but when you're in objection handling, it's like you're in the Wild West. You're like good luck, and it's just like just do lots of it and just be better.
Yeah.
And I was like that was kind of just like I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all.
Well, it makes it hard to learn. It makes it hard to get good at.
You can't learn. It's just through experience. So it's like, okay, cool, let's just invest 5 years of my life trying to figure this shit out by myself. But I found that as like, well, then does that just mean that I'm not good enough to train people on it? And is that why people are just not good enough to train me on it specifically?
Great self-reflection.
Yeah. So I spent a lot of time creating this.
Oh, I know.
A lot of time.
You don't have to tell me
Basically, the process was me and my friend ChatGPT, yes, I did use AI, to basically consolidate everything that I had ever learned from everyone and anyone and try and find similarities and constant patterns. And basically I just broke it down and down and down. And to a point where I was like, okay, I kind of feel like I've got a base fundamental structure that holds pretty damn well.
Yeah, it
right?
does. It really does.
It holds pretty damn well. It really does. Now, there's obviously a lot of nuance and caveats to it, but what happened as a result of it was the conviction and confidence that if you just follow the bouncing ball in objections, you can get a really good result.
Really
Will you close everyone? No. But there's a difference between going into objection handling in the Wild West and having no idea what the fuck you're doing versus going into it being like, okay, cool, I've got 80% of this covered.
The thing I don't like about the Wild Wild West either is when you did win, or you, I'm thinking of a cowboy lassoing.
They're like, what did you do? And
right. And you're like, I don't know. It was a lucky.
I did this thing over here. And it's like, you had no idea. I had no idea half the time.
And then it can't be repeated.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so DDRC, what is it? It's define, discuss, reframe, commit. So that's it's a loop.
Discuss, reframe, commit in a circle, right?
It's in a loop.
Yeah.
And the reason is because number one, what is an objection? What is an objection? Actually?
Concern.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. So an objection is just if someone doesn't do the thing, then that's technically an objection. It's like a yes or a no. But what an objection actually is as well is it is a belief system. And this is pulled from my NLP friends, which is a belief system is essentially if X equals this or Y.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's if it's raining outside,
then
I'm going to have a shit day.
Yeah.
So all you need to do, because you can't change someone's reality. If you're like, it's raining outside, I'm gonna have a shit day. I come out, whoa, hang on, it's not raining outside. So you need to change the way you're thinking about it. You'd be like, it is raining outside. Like, there's water coming out of the air. Like, it is raining.
And my past experiences have told me that I'm going to have a shit day.
Yes, exactly. But the thing, I can't change the fact that it's raining. Like, I cannot change that. So you cannot change the fact, which is the first one. But what you can change is the meaning associated to it.
Yeah, the story,
right?
yes.
Yes. So we change what that means. So it's rainy now means, oh, yay, I get to finally take out my new umbrella. Whatever it is. Could turn it into a positive. Same thing, oh shit, it's sunny outside, I'm gonna have a sick day. Versus someone's belief system, which is like, oh shit, it's sunny outside.
I'm gonna get burnt.
I need to put some sunscreen on. Or like, oh, I'm gonna avoid that. I'm gonna wait until the clouds come over.
Yeah.
So the same facts, a different outcome. So that was the moment that I was really able to like get that down and go, okay, cool. This is actually super simple. It's like, then the game becomes, what is their belief system? And we don't know it yet. So that's what define does. Define literally gets more clarity to figure out what is your X and what is your Y in that belief system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, once we have that, so you're like, hey, it's raining outside. Let's use sales examples.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'll do it. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Perfect. What does that mean? Okay. This could mean that's a lot of money. I can't do it. This is where generally everyone thinks. Or it could mean that's a lot of money. I'm super excited. It must be good. Or it means that's a lot of money.
I won't do it.
I'm scared to do it. It could mean that's a lot of money. How am I going to get the money together to figure this out?
Yep.
I just have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Now, where people fuck up so badly in objection handling is they just assume that they actually know what that means. So that's what define is. And this is like baseline. Define also does one other thing, which is really helpful in objection handling and in sales, is it gives you a space and it gives you time.
Yeah.
So you can separate your response, separate any emotions that come up from what's there. So it gives you time, right?
So let's role play that. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's not a problem. When you say like it's a lot of money, how do you actually mean by that?
Well, 10,000. That's more than what I was expecting, and I don't think I could do it.
Cool. So there we go. So at first it was like, that's a lot of money. The sky is blue. I was like, what does that mean for you though? Well, it's a lot of money. I don't think I can do it because I don't have it, whatever it was.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it.
If sky is blue, what does that mean for you? Oh, it means I better put some sunscreen. I better not go outside. Okay, that's the belief system.
Yeah.
Now the next one there is so define and then discuss. Now discuss is the concept of getting on the same side of the table. It's like, okay, that is your belief system. It's an invitation of, hey, can we walk through this together?
Yeah, help me understand it more.
Yeah, let me understand it. Are you open to me kind of shifting things for you? Where does this belief system come from? What has happened prior?
Yeah.
Because like for some people, sky blue means good. So for you, what's come up that's made sky blue mean bad?
Bad. Yep.
Okay. So let's discuss.
So hang on, give me some examples. So it was more than I expecting. I don't think I can do it.
Cool. So my kind of like baseline that I always do for any objection really, but especially money, is you basically just like remove the objection. So the way that I train everyone on this now is everyone becomes a coward when there's money. Let's just be honest, right? If everything's free, everyone's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Let's do this, let's do that. And then you take, the dress to the counter and the person's like, hey, that's $6,000. And you're like, ooh, hang on a sec.
Yeah. Oh, I left my card. I left my card in the car.
Maybe I'll look on the sale rack instead, right? Yeah. It's like, it turns everyone into a coward. The way that I like to explain it is like they've got the vision, the desire, everything's there. It's all making sense. And then you've got, the money that's a bit of a cock blocker comes in there and blocks their vision, right? So they're shrouded now. That's all they can think of.
It trips them down.
Trips them up. So the way I always like to do it is you just remove it. You just take it out of the way again. It's like, hey, it's all good. Like
so show us.
That thing aside, yeah. So that's not a problem. I guess like money aside. Let's suppose you did have the funds. Would this work for you? Or would you do it? However you want.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, why would you though?
Well,
get them to sell themselves.
Yeah. Well, it's the accountability. It's the fact that, you have an 89% success rate with placement. Like that gives me a lot of hope that I'm not going to just do this and then be having to search for a job myself. So that's why I do it.
Okay, cool. And I guess like besides like the actual success rate and things like that, like the actual like being a remote closer, do you feel like this is actually going to get you like the time and
like I know that if I continue to do my 9 to 5, it's just going to keep me feeling miserable and I'm not going to live the life that I want. So yeah, I do feel like remote closing is the one thing that I found where it's like, it's going to give me access to the time, location, financial freedom. Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. So like you obviously sold yourself on that. Do you know what I did there as well the second time around?
Well, yeah, you pulled away from me being logistical and being like, well, yeah, the accountability, the this. And it was like, well, is you doing this solution actually going to get you what you want, which is why you came into this call.
So the way that I like to explain it to everyone that I coach is like, there's a difference between someone like being sold on the vehicle, but also the destination. Perfect example. I love this, the analogy, which is like, no one really wants to like buy the ticket to get to the holiday. People just want to get to the destination. Like people want to land in Paris. They want to land in the Maldives. They don't like, oh yeah, like I'm flying AirAsia. Like people don't really give a shit about that.
Yeah. Well,
So
I mean,
the way
some
that-
do if they buy first class.
Well, yeah, that's a different story. But that is now also its own little destination,
its
right?
own
Because
little
what comes
ecosystem.
with that is everything else.
Yeah. The status, blah, blah, blah.
Yes. So what-
Gosh, we could just go so into this.
I know,
Yeah.
but this is the thing, right? So like you were speaking on the vehicle, which I don't want you to necessarily speak on the vehicle because the vehicle is not what people are going to spend a lot of money for.
No.
It's the result, it's the destination that they will. So I had to
Love that.
realign you with that.
Yeah, you did.
Okay?
And it was
now,
great.
once you've done that, you've defined it, you know what you're dealing with, you've discussed like, hey, let's take you out of the clouds of fear. Can you see the vision? Yes. I asked why. You sold yourself, not only on the vehicle, but also on the destination. Now I have a formed belief system. You're either open to discussing it, and I know personally that it's worth us fighting for because I know that this thing's going to help you, right?
Yeah, it's in
This
my
is
best
where-
interest.
Yes, and this is where like R comes in, which is reframe. So it's essentially changing the associated meaning of your belief system.
Yeah, which
So
is
it's
like,
hey,
it's a lot of money.
yeah,
I can't do it.
yes.
Yeah.
So now it might be like, and you can plug in whatever reframe you want. This is why I really liked this framework because it's not just like rote learning, it's identifying the belief system and then having your own arsenal of whatever reframes you have, life experiences, whatever, to just change the belief system.
Yep.
So your belief system is I don't have money, can't do the thing. So now all I've got to do is change your belief system from I don't have money.
How can I?
How can I get money?
Yeah, okay.
And like that doesn't mean I can't do it, right? So one of the favorite ones is like, hey, what do you feel like comes first, $1 million or the millionaire mindset?
The millionaire mindset.
Yeah. Like why though?
Well, because someone who gets $1 million wouldn't be thinking the same way as someone who doesn't have $1 million.
And what generally happens with people that just receive like money out of nowhere as well, like all
Yeah,
the lottery winners?
Yeah, they lose it.
Well, yeah,
Big.
right? It's because like one thing, like, so one is only a result of the thing that comes before it. I can't have a six pack until I've actually done
the work.
the steps and the actions that get me there. So knowing that now, are you actually committed to do the actions required so that you can get, whatever it is, lifestyle desire that you said you wanted?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, I
Okay.
mean,
What makes you so sure though? Because what happens if you can't? Like, what happens if you continue to think, hey, this is too far beyond me. I can't do this. What happens then?
well, nothing.
Okay. Are you willing to settle for that?
No.
Sweet.
Well, I could probably put down like 5,000 today.
Yep. Cool. And then like, we can take this role play wherever we
Right,
want to
but
go.
you could see
But
that
I'll
I got
walk you-
resourceful, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I was like in the state where I was like, you're right. You've reframed the way
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. How can I, even though it was more expensive than what I thought,
Yep.
what could
Yeah.
I possibly do to make this happen?
And you can plug in whatever reframes you want to put in there, right? But this is the thing that I'm speaking on, which is like once you kind of identify that belief system of X equals Y, it makes it super easy to just plug and play. And then obviously we went into commit there as well, which is like, hey, what do you feel like you need to do to actually get it? So it's like these little micro commitments. Now at the end of this DDRC loop, like it doesn't like they might not just be like, okay, cool, let's do it.
Yeah, I might be like, okay, well, I'm going to
go.
go away and think about it.
But then they just give you another one, and then I just run you back through. Oh, this is all so good, but like I just don't know if I can make this time work. I just feel like now's not a good time. Hey, that's all good. Like, what do you mean by that though? New belief system. I don't know what it means. Now it's not a good time, but like, why? Why is it not a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people think that starting things in really bad times is the best way to do it because then when I come out the other end, there's no way I'm gonna get like thrown if shit hits the flan. The flan.
Fan and
If
flag.
shit hits the flan.
Love that.
Versus waiting for the perfect moment because then if if some little minute thing happens, it just throws me all out of whack.
Yeah.
So it's just shifting those little belief systems.
It's
But
so powerful.
it's a very handy framework. But the beautiful thing about it now is that like it's just such a repeatable little pattern. I've got a whole word track like process, I guess you can call it, for like money, logistics, knocking that off, partner, knocking that off. And then the DDRC kind of sits within that as well. But the best part about it is repeatable. And now all the girls are using it. And this is what we trained super heavy on this year.
Yeah.
And since, like, you know, we like double close rates.
Yeah.
It was I can't tell you this. It was like, because the girls get really good at discovery, like really good at discovery. They do all the hard work. They're spot on. And then it's like, do you want to do it? And the person's like, no. I don't even know. They're just like, slight curve from saying yes.
Yeah.
And then people just like, it's like, boom, abort, like, I'm out. And it's just like,
oh, okay, no worries.
You've done 99% of the work, and the little 1% that gets 100% of the result. And I would just watch so many calls, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
So,
basically learn objections is what we're saying. It will literally lift your close percentage much higher than what you actually think. I think people think, oh, I had such good connection with them, I'm just going to do a follow-up because they're definitely going to show up, until they don't, because you've thrown them back into such a low frequency that they're not going to go away and think on it. They're actually like, thank God I got myself off that call. Yeah, I mean, we need to do another episode on this because like our time is up. And it is. Yeah.
It's bang on, literally to the minute.
Yeah. So thank you so much. I'm definitely going to get you back because I want to do a part 2 of objections, because one thing we need to talk about is the intensity that needs to lift up, like for every time you use the DDRC. But if you liked that, you can join She Cells, or you can join our inner circle where you will have more of Scott.
Yep. The inner circle's amazing.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. I know.
The girls are crushing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me, and I hope that I will be back in this chair. Big improvement from last time.
Yeah. Bye.
Change the game.